Is ready? It's 9 and we'll get started. We're on. Very good. Well, we'll start out as usual with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. One more housekeeping item before we get started. Obviously, tomorrow's Veterans Day. I know I had 3 uncles who served and some friends who served. A friend at my wedding served. So thanks, publicly thank them, honor what Veterans Day is. Anybody wants to say anything, or anybody who's a family member served or anything?
I know my father served, and I'm appreciative of all that have served, and we definitely want to thank everyone that has gave their sacrifice for our freedom. So thank you.
Too, I think we lose sight. I think our country in general has lost sight of the sacrifices our veterans have given for us, for our freedoms in life.
Absolutely.
I think we've got a generation or two that's kind of not truly comprehending what lives were lost on battlefields and soldiers, sailors, Marines, everyone that's died on battlefields, and it's just sad that we're where we are. But again, anytime you can, we need to thank those men and women that served, and we don't do that enough.
Appreciate that.
I'd echo the same thoughts as Darren. Our country's really losing sight of how this country got to be where it was, and truly appreciate everybody that has went and served. And my dad served in World War II. He was on a destroyer's escort. A destroyer's escort would go out, and if the Japanese were looking for something to bomb, they would look for those guys before they would find a destroyer. So he didn't talk about it much, and didn't really see much loss of life in his service or anything like that, but proud of him and what he did at that time.
Just, thank everyone who's served in our armed forces, whether you served in war or peacetime. My dad was a veteran who served in the Army, and I've had other family members too, so just thank all of them.
Appreciate the comments. Thank you. First, I don't know if everybody's had a chance to look at the minutes.
Tony, in the spirit of Joanne, under the highway crew leader positions, down at the bottom, it says moved by Darren Holder, president. You might want to strike the president part on that.
That's all I see there. I was just gonna leave it in there.
I read it all, and
That has the sound of a coup there,
I missed
Darren. Trying to take over already.
So you got that change? Any other additions, corrections, comments? Not a motion to approve.
So moved.
To approve.
First is by Darren, second by Tom. All right, Mike, we'll get the next one. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, took care of the minutes. Next, Indiana Secretary of State in the Indiana Election Division. Oh, real quick, we're gonna do one more thing first. Chris has one thing. He needs to get on a paver, and he's way last, and he's only got one appropriation. So let's let him get to work so we can get some pavement done.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate that. We wanted to make a transfer from our funds from the $30,000 transfer from the MVH 900 East Fund to the MVH Fuel Fund, just to be able to finish off the year. I think last year we've been averaging 230 or 235,000 in fuel. Last year we had cut it down to about 215,000, and so this transfer of funds would bring us back up to the 230 to finish it off. We tried to make it a little bit shorter and ran out of fuel. So just ask for a transfer of that, the 30,000 from one account to the other.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Matt to move that, second.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Sprinkle, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? There you go, your paver's waiting. Thank you.
Hey, Tony, one thing I would mention, when Jan's come up, along with Veterans Day is, there is a Veterans Day ceremony, the traditional one tomorrow at the courthouse across the street at 11 a.m., and I believe those are always rain or shine. If it's raining, they'll just move it inside.
Very good.
Encourage
Thank
everyone
you.
to come out to that. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Janice.
And Janice?
Sorry, Janice.
Fine. This, I had presented this yesterday to the commissioners. It's, for electronic poll pads that we would be able to use, on election day. It's a purchase agreement between the Indiana Secretary of State, Indiana Election Division, No Inc., and Daviess County. The commissioners, did approve that yesterday. But I wanted to bring it, to you guys as well because we won't have any upfront costs like right now, but eventually, like in my 2022 budget or 2023, I will have to add something in for this, so I just kind of wanted to bring it to your attention and see if you had any questions about it, because I think that cost will be like $5,050 for those electronic poll pads, once I do have to put it into the budget. And they told me that it runs in a 3-year cycle, so for 2023, 2024, it would not go up in price. It could possibly increase in 2025, but they said that that is unlikely because it hasn't increased for a long while, so I just kind of wanted to bring it to your attention. The electronic poll pads are something that I had wanted to get for a long time, but I thought originally there was like 17 counties that did not have them, but then when I was talking with someone a couple of days ago, they said there was actually like 19. But they wanted us to all be able to use them. And what they are is when you go to the polls, I know you probably experienced this, where the clerks are looking through the books trying to find your name, and these would eliminate us having the paper poll books, so it would save money on, paper and printing costs. What you do is put your driver's license on there, and then it pulls up your information, so you sign where your name, is on the poll books. But it also eliminates like errors and, maybe someone signing on the wrong line, because I know when I was a poll worker, we would have that occasionally. Someone would come in and we would have to, make an arrow because they would sign in the wrong spot. But when I was talking with them, they also said it was more accuracy for recounts and things like that. I've been through one recount. That was when I first came into office. So I think they're more efficient, and I'm excited about getting them, so hopefully you guys are too.
These be strictly Wi-Fi, or could they be connected hardwired to internet wherever they're used, wherever
If the place that we have a polling location, that's another thing. They don't actually have to be hooked to internet if we're not a vote center.
Okay.
Now, this is something that we would have to have if we were to go to vote centers, which I hope that we can do that eventually. But this was something we were gonna have to purchase ourselves, I thought we would have to purchase, and I knew they were gonna be costly. But to go to vote centers, you have to have these electronic poll pads because you need to connect to all the locations. So if the place that you have your location has Wi-Fi, you can connect to that. But then you also, some places may not have that, so you would have to get like a hotspot. But some of that is figured into that estimate.
But right now, these would be used like you would have one for Washington 15 or Bogart or Steel, wherever, so they would just have that information on it then?
Yes.
Okay, they wouldn't have to be connected to a server or anything?
Right.
Now, but they could be.
Right now, but if we went to vote centers, they would have to be. And that's so that we can keep track of everyone that's voting.
Yeah.
And I always kind of use this scenario, I used it yesterday, but like if, for instance, if we did go to vote centers, I think they're good because you can vote at any location. But like if you worked, for instance, in Crane, but you lived in Washington and it was 5:30 or so, and you don't have time to get back to Washington, but you could go to Odin and, vote there. So I think they're a positive thing.
No, I think those centers down the road would be,
Yeah.
be studied and looked at, but I think something that would work down the road.
Yeah.
These would go right along with that.
You, you might have answered this when you said the $5,000, but in number 2 and A, it said the state will fund the associated annual maintenance and all fees and software license for 3 years, and then it's our responsibility. Is that what the $5,000, or what's that gonna cost at that point, do you know?
They said after this has expired, then it would be the 5,050.
That'll cover everything.
But, yeah, that would cover that.
Okay.
And these tablets are at every polling location.
What, I'm sorry.
The tablets, they're at every polling location.
Yeah, and there's 27 units
Right.
right now. If we condensed down to vote centers, we probably wouldn't have to have as many, but it would be good because we'll have backup, you know, in case something would happen and we need to switch one out or something.
So then we have a request for $77,432 for that.
And that was through an election security grant. I don't know when we started working on this, but it's been a while. I know I talked about it probably before, but it was kind of got set back and now it's on again, so.
And the commissioners, I was here yesterday, so they were in favor of that as well. So, any other questions? Comments? Guess we need a motion to pay that?
You don't have to
It's a
pay for
grant.
it.
Okay,
She's just information, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thanks, Janice.
You're welcome.
2022 council calendar. That's pretty well informational. Motion to accept it.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Motion by Matt to approve the calendar, second.
I'll second it.
By Tom, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Be January the 12th at 9 a.m. 2022 council appointments. First, we have the Alcoholic Beverage Commission, PTBOA, Redevelopment, Economic. Feel like we've done some of these. Have these 4 been contacted?
Now, this is the part, we submit that to you for awareness, and then sometimes they divide it out and contact those ones on the list to see if they're still willing to serve, or if you have other people that are wanting to serve on those appointments on your behalf. So this is just submitted to you for your review, and then getting ready for the first of the year.
Do we need, highlighted there in yellow, do we need one more down there?
Which, I'm sorry, what?
One more council person where it says
Redevelopment Commission.
Redevelopment Commission?
There's 2 people on redevelopment, and we do need to, that doesn't have anything to do with next year, that has to do with currently. We don't have the appointment for,
Okay. Well, Matt, you're
Dave's position.
obviously not going to be an option since you're already there.
Yeah, Matt's on
I
that,
told Matt I
and we
can
need another.
take it, that would work out with my schedule. But if somebody else wants it, it's not like I'm sitting
Nope.
there just chomping at the bit for it, so. doesn't
You're a
matter.
volunteer, we don't shove away from that very quick. Mr. Myers. I'll have to have a motor motion. We do. Have a motion for Mike to serve on that.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Sprinkle, second by Tom. I'm sure this will be flying colors. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain. My name.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Tony, on those 4 at the top, why, I think they've all been on there for a while. Natalie, I know's been on the ABC for a while.
Gary's been on the PETA-BOA since they changed that, wouldn't let someone from the assessor's office, hold that position.
You wanna contact him, or, they've been on there for a while, I think. Mike Healy's been on there.
Yep. All right.
You wanna contact him, or you wanna go ahead and appoint him, or?
We probably should review,
Yeah.
contact them.
Review and contact them, because I think that was mentioned also.
That's what we've done in the last few years,
Yeah.
yeah. Put them off to the table till December.
I will.
At least.
I'll contact all 4 of them, and then if there's an issue and they're not, then we'll come back to the drawing board.
So in December, we'll. Sounds good.
RDC appointment we did, additional appropriations. County General, Sheriff, new cars.
Yeah, this is 15,596. That's the insurance payout from Troy crashed back in March, and we just got it replaced. We ordered it back in March and
It-
got it. So,
You did just get it?
I ordered two, and the second one came in yesterday from March.
Wow.
Anyway, that money is an insurance check on the payment for that. I need.
This is the difference.
Are you just returning that to your budget from general, because all of that is deposited into the county general, all insurance payments, so are you just requesting that
it
back to
needs-
your budget?
Right. Yeah. I need that put back into my new car so I can pay that. Pay the difference.
Okay. Anybody, any questions for Gary? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Mike Myers, second.
I'll second.
Darren, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good.
All right?
Thank you. Motor vehicle fuel, we took care of. Public defender, $150,000. That was discussed previously by Judge Sabecki. Pay for pauper attorney claims. Yeah, I know, just letting everybody read it. Questions, comments?
So moved?
Have a motion to go ahead and move by Matt,
Second.
second by Mike Myers. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? E911. Obviously, it's not like we haven't discussed this subject. Equipment to, go ahead, Gary.
I may want to hold off on that, honestly, because I think that's the radio equipment that's going to go into the new center, and I think some of that can be paid out of CARES. Like the headphones, the kiosk, there's 3 or 4 other items, probably $15,000 that can probably be taken out of the CARES bucket rather than the 911. So,
Can table to next month?
We can table, it, but we'll,
yeah, table it till we figure it out.
okay, but it's okay if we wait another month to pay what is already,
Yeah.
All right.
They'll just have to wait, right? So,
that's fine, all right?
we'll be okay.
Like for your new cars.
Yeah.
Gotta wait.
Just gotta,
We'll table it and save some money.
yep. Thanks.
Thank you.
West Boggs, labor, Jameson's moving non-taxpayer money, it's all his.
Move to approve.
I'll move by Tom, second.
I'll second.
Second by Darren, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Transfers. Prosecutor, travel, bank records, witness fees to office machines, 3981, 112389, 143053. If in fact there are computer purchases or anything, everything has to go through Dale, and he is aware of that Dale has to be involved in anything. Questions, comments? Not motion to approve those transfers first under the prosecutor.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Sprinkle, second.
Second.
By Matt Meredith, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Also from the prosecutor, the 4D, postage to office supplies, repairs and maintenance to office supplies, postage to furniture and fixtures, notary bond to office supplies. Amounts $1,300, $850, $1,000, and $380. Check the second page. And from travel to furniture and fixtures for $4,000. Questions, comments? Motion? I'm sorry?
It carried over, 4D carried over to the second.
4D carried over for, he had one on the next page, yeah. Correct?
Yep.
Yep. Questions, comments, motions?
We're doing that remodel, so moved.
First by Matt, second by,
Second.
I wasn't looking, who was that? Mike, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Soil and Water Conservation District, from office rent to office supplies, $34.02, mileage to office supplies, $1,800. Questions, open comments? Not a motion?
Move to approve.
First by Mr. Sprinkle, second
I'll second.
by Darren. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motor vehicle, Chris, we've already moved that. Fuel, information technology, IT, from consulting services to license renewals, $4,000. Is this still part of Office?
Yeah.
365, all right. Dale's not here.
He's got a backup system, his Veeam backup that backs up everybody in his Office 365, so he's covering those expenses. I did talk to him about that.
I would move to approve.
Motion by Mike Myers to approve, second.
Second.
By Tom, all in favor, aye.
All right.
Aye.
Opposed?
Tony, we go back on, did you guys get both of them on that soil and water conservation district?
Yes.
Okay,
We did them both together.
okay, okay, good.
Sure. That makes sense. I make a motion to table the E911 until next month.
Okay. Motion by Matt to table that, second.
Second.
Mike Myers, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Courthouse.
General Courthouse, from telephone to group health insurance, $8,000. So, was there not enough budgeted?
There, just some budget adjustments get us through the end of the year. So last year was the first year when we're making those calculations. So there is extra in the commissioner's budget line item, which that's where it all originally came from. So that was our suggestion in how to handle it for the,
The first go around, just
Adjustments.
estimated a little light.
well, and there's always going to be that possibility because of the fluctuation in the coverages. And so we can't budget exact numbers. We're doing estimates by the best
Employees in,
projections that we can, yes. So that was, that's what we determined for the end of the year approximate that we need to finish out.
Very good. Motion approved
So moved.
by Tom, second.
Second.
Darren, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Informational, we have Board of Aviation minutes and Manager's report. That might be a good one to read, considering what's going on out at the airport and different directors and so forth. And the Park Board Recreation minutes. Additional comments, questions? Before we sign off, I see we have longtime council members hiding in the back, so we can acknowledge Dave in the house today. We do all right today?
We're good, I just came to see if my replacement showed up with donuts.
The Ragglesville Donut Shop was closed.
They'll do better in December. All right, we gotta end the meeting, and then we got some additional business, so that's not part of the meeting. Anybody have anything?
I just had.
Yes.
Had one question. I was looking through the balances the other day, and I noticed on the, again, I'll apologize for my ignorance already, but on the tax sale, on the tax sale surplus funds, what exactly then do we do with those funds? Do they get, what happens with that money?
The tax sale funds,
tax sale funds.
the excess tax sale revenue, where does that go?
Go ahead.
Hang on,
You wanna,
go up there so everybody can hear.
Grant Swartzentruber. I'm not sure why that shows up in the county budget, but it does need to be held by the auditor. It's the difference between what's owed on taxes and what someone has bid for that lien, right? So if someone owes $100 on taxes and the lien is purchased at the tax sale for, say, $500, there should be $400 that goes into that account. And it's a county asset. I'm really not sure what it's used for, but
It's
I
a
believe
holding,
that's
it's
what.
a holding account grant because that excess money goes back to the property owner, so it's a surplus. So it's just, a holding account. It's not true excess. The county doesn't have any claims to that money.
Yeah, we can't use it for something.
Okay, that was my question. There's a sizable amount of money there, and I just didn't know if it,
How often does
It's
that
a
get
surplus.
distributed back?
That's a good
And it's
question. It should
requested.
happen.
How often does it get distributed back to the?
It's requested.
because, I mean, they have up
The
to a
surplus.
year to pay that, like,
Yeah, I can connect you with SRI as who handles our tax sale, but there is a procedure for all of that, and we just act as a holding account for that if it's surplus dollars, and the property owner that goes to a deed, then that property owner is due the surplus, but it's a request process, so
So there's a good chance that some of that money's never cleared up.
that's true.
That's how it is also with like funds that the clerk holds and other funds.
so is there any reconciliation at all with it then, in terms of?
I don't know that. We probably should follow up with SRI, but it's not ours to spend. I mean, it's not ours to use. It's gonna,
Sharon, if you'll get with me, I'll connect you with SRI and help guide you through that procedure, and maybe that'll answer your question.
Yeah, and if there's just something in writing, that'd be fine too.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Grant.
thank you.
Anybody got anything else for the good of the cause?
Motion to adjourn.
Pardon?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Mike, second by Tom. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
The meeting is officially closed, but we were a little bit of business here. I know there were several people who had announced that they were running for election or reelection